Welcome class 11th, and by the time I had taken another part of chemistry which is called organic chemistry, and from today onwards I will take another very basic topic which is named as atomic structure. So from this lecture onwards we will start with atomic structure. Students, as you know that chemistry is the branch of science that deals with the structure and properties of matter and their correlation between structure and properties. And by understanding this structure and property relationship, we can develop matter with desired properties. Let us understand that if we have to make an airplane, so we need a metal which is lightweight, which has high tensile strength. But if you have to make a ship, then you need a heavy metal which is resistant to the corrosion, which can withstand high pressure, etc. Means to say that for different type of needs, we need different type of material, and for that we need to understand the structure and property relationship of matter. And in the very beginning we learned that matter is made up of very small particles, and these particles of matter are of two types. One is called atom and other is called molecule. So let us first understand the difference between an atom and a molecule. So particles of matter are of two different types, atom and molecule. Now atom is the smallest particle that takes part in chemical reaction but cannot exist independently, while molecule can exist independently but doesn't take part in chemical reactions. So basically we say that atom, they combine with each other to form molecule, then the different molecules they combine to form matter, and this matter is being utilized by ourselves. So in this chapter we will basically discuss the structure of atom. Atom combines to form molecule, molecule form matter, but what makes an atom? This is our scope of discussion for this chapter, and by properly understanding this chapter, you are making a foundation for the better understanding of chemistry in times to come. So very slowly we will move. Wherever you feel that you are not able to understand any topic, must mention in comments so that I can take up it again. So let us start with structure of atom. Now, if we go by historical developments, we know that ancient Greek philosophers, ancient Indians, they know about something, Anu and Parmanu. the ultimate particles of matter. But actually, development of atomic structure or first formal theory regarding structure of matter was put forward by John Dalton in 1808, which is named after him, Dalton's atomic theory. It was given in 1807 by John Dalton, who was a school teacher in England, Britain. And first he compiled the known facts of that time and put forward in the form of a theory which is named after him, Dalton's atomic theory. What are the main points of Dalton atomic theory? First, atom is the ultimate particle of matter and it is undivisible. The term atom is being taken from the Greek word atomos, that means undivisible or uncuttable. So first point, what Dalton has said, that atom is the ultimate particle of matter and it is undivisible. It cannot be divided into any further forms. So first, atom is undivisible. Matter is made up of matter, but atom is not made up of, matter is made up of atom, but atom is not made up of anything else. Second, he said that matter, atoms of different elements, they are different in all respect of shape, size and mass. So he said that two atoms are not alike. Second, atoms of two different elements are different in all respects. And third, he said that all atoms of same element are same in all respects. Fourth, they combine in simple whole number ratio to form compound atoms. Fifth, atom cannot be created or destroyed. So these are the few of the important points of the theory proposed by John Dalton. This word atom was being taken from the Greek word atomos, that means undivisible or uncuttable. So this was the first primary idea about atom, that atom is undivisible, uncuttable. Entire matter is made up of atom, but atom itself is not made up of anything else. It is the ultimate particle of matter. Now second point, what he said, that atom of two different elements, they are different in all respects. He said that if two different elements are taken, say for example hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine. So the atoms of hydrogen are entirely different with the atoms of oxygen, with the atoms of nitrogen and so on. In all respect, means in terms of shape, size, volume, mass, etc. So there is no similarity in the properties of atoms of different elements. Third thing he said that atoms of same element are same in all respect. If we take atoms of carbon, then all atoms of carbon are alike. Their shape, size, mass, volume, everything is same, identical. Next, compound atoms. Atoms of different elements, they combine with each other in a simple whole number ratio to form compound atoms. And atom cannot be created and cannot be destroyed. This statement becomes the basis for the law of conservation of mass, which you must have heard in your previous classes also and in our first chapter also, basic concepts of chemistry. It says that during an ordinary chemical reaction, the total mass of reactants that are used remains same to that of total mass of products that are produced after the reaction. This is called law of conservation of mass, or in simplified terms we say that matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another. And this statement that atom can neither be created nor be destroyed becomes the basis for this law. So these were the main observations or main postulates of Dalton's atomic theory, which is treated as the pioneer in the case of atomic structure. Now later on, in 1838 or 40, when Michael Faraday had done the experiments on electrolysis, then he suspected that there is something inside the matter which can carry the charge. So that has given first idea about divisibility of atom. Then finally, in 1880, when this discharge tube experiment was done and discovery of cathode rays has taken place, and after detailed study of these cathode rays, it is said that atom is divisible. So that was the first blow to the idea of John Dalton. So first electron was discovered, which was a negatively charged particle. Then proton was discovered, which is positively charged particle. Then neutrons were discovered. And finally, it was well established that atom is not undivisible, it's not uncuttable, rather it is also being made up of certain subatomic particles like electron, proton and neutron. And as on date, more than 35 type of different subatomic particles are known. So such a small atom itself is so complicated. Anyway, with the divisibility concept of atom, almost most of the things that are being proposed by the Dalton had changed. Now let us see what is the current situation of this theory. First point, John Dalton proposed that atom is undivisible or uncuttable. Everything is made up of atoms, but atom itself is not made up of anything. It is ultimate particle of matter. But as on today we know that atom is divisible and is made up of three subatomic particles, namely electron, proton and neutron. So these are the three subatomic particles that are involved in the formation of atom. Next, atoms of two different elements are different in all respects of shape, size, mass, but nowadays we know about isobars. What are isobars? Atoms having different atomic numbers but same atomic masses. Say for example calcium and argon. Atomic number of calcium is different, argon is different, 19 and 20. But atomic masses of both elements are same. So calcium and argon are isobars of each other. That means what? The atoms of two different elements also have similarity between them. Like in case of isobars we have seen. Then we come to the next point. Atom of same element are same in all respect. This was said by John Dalton. He said that if you take atoms of only one element, if you only take the atoms of carbon, you only take atoms of oxygen, you only take atoms of nitrogen, so they are identical in all respects of their either shape or size or mass or properties, etc. But nowadays we know about isotopes. How many of you recall isotopes? Atoms that have same atomic masses, different atomic mass but same atomic numbers. They are the atoms of same element. Their atomic masses are same but their mass numbers are different. Say for example C12, C13 and C14. So they all are carbon atoms, but in first case atomic mass is 12, in second case atomic mass is 13 and in third case atomic mass is 14. So they have different atomic masses but their atomic numbers are same, and these type of atoms are called as isotopes. Means what? Atoms of same elements are also different. And what was proposed by John Dalton? That atoms of same element are same in all respects. Then atoms, they combine with each other to form compound atoms. And nowadays we call them as molecules. Atoms of same element or atoms of different elements combines with each other to form molecules. And the most important factor was that atom cannot be created or destroyed. But nowadays we know that although this is true under ordinary conditions, atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. But under specific conditions, new atoms can be created also and atom can be destroyed also. The most important example is a nuclear reactor or a nuclear bomb, where atoms of heavier elements, they are bombarded with high energy neutrons and their nuclei is broken, which is called nuclear fission. Similarly, during nuclear fusion reactions or in cyclotron, With the help of nuclear reactions, we can create also newer elements. In fact, many man-made elements are known as on date, which are not found in the nature, but their existence has been proved. They have been made by the human beings. So as on date, most of the postulates that were proposed by John Dalton is proved wrong, but still he is respected for showing a new dimension in chemistry. He was the pioneer, he was the first to tell about anything about atom. This concept of undivisible atom prevailed for more than 60-70 years, and scientific community of that time was satisfied with this theory, and most of the observed facts they were able to explain with the help of this undivisible atom. However, in 1840, Michael Faraday was studying the phenomena of electrolysis. When many electrolytes they have been subjected to the flow of electric current, and therein he suggested that there is something in matter which can carry charge. Then later on other scientists worked on it, and finally it was discharge tube experiment that has shown the divisibility of atom. So in this lecture I had given you most basic idea about atomic structure, what is Dalton's atomic theory and what is its current situation. According to Dalton's atomic theory, atom is undivisible, it is not made up of anything, it cannot be divided. Atoms of two different elements are different in all respects. Atoms of same elements are same in all respects. They combine with each other in a simple whole number ratio to form compound atoms, and atoms cannot be created or destroyed. And if you go by the current situation, that as I had also explained, that atom is now divisible. It is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons. We know isobars, we know isotopes, we know molecules, and with the help of nuclear reactions we can create or we can destroy atom also. In our next lecture I will explain about famous discharge tube experiment and how the observations from discharge tube experiment led to the discovery of first subatomic particle, electron. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.